Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Focus with Fido, and we have another video for you guys. So today, essentially, we will be reacting to a video that is circulating this in social media, and that was a delegate meeting held by the Dominican Labour Party and our Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. I felt the need to react to it and ask a couple of questions. So without further ado, I'm going to play the video now.
And Fred, you know, you know, ladies and gentlemen. Get in government in Dominica. And anytime elections are called in Dominica, the Dominica Labour Party will be back in government, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, guys, so I'm gonna play it again. So this is supposed to be a delegates meeting, right? Um, Listen to it again.
And Fred, you know, you know, ladies and gentlemen.
First and foremost, I must ask myself a question. You know, a delegates meeting, and this is the kind of language that has been used. A delegates meeting, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the kind of language that is being used in a delegates meeting where tonnage and conversation he has with his parties is crazy, making it so much more worse that the Dominican Labour Party has been in power for more, I can say more than 5 terms, effectively more than 5 terms on a consistent basis. And while they can and there may be some good positive effects of it, there are also some negative effects of what that can do. So we're gonna go through what I'm a little bit of read up, but I have very quickly. Let's see if we can get that out and going. So they say political parties that maintain power for extended periods of time spanning 20 or more years, and this is what Dominica is in specifically right now, can significantly shape the social, economic, and political landscape of a country. This prolonged rule can bring about both positive developments and negative consequences. Let's examine these effects because they are crucial to understanding how enduring governance impacts political stability, institutional integrity, and public trust. Okay, so one of the first tight point that we have is policy consistency and long-term vision. Okay, so prolonged rule enables a party to implement and refine long-term policies, which can lead to more effective governance. Governments with continuity can address pressing issues or persistent issues with stable policies, particularly in areas like infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Can we align this up with Dominica now? And can we say this was successful? No. It's the sustained rule may also allow for more extensive economic reforms, which can take years or even decades to mature. Not even that has been done. The second point that we have is economic stability. It says when a party remains in power for an extended period of time, it often establishes stable economic policies that attract investment. It says when a party remains in power for an extended period of time, it often establishes stable economic policies that attract investment. Long term rule may foster investor confidence as the risk of abrupt policy reversal is minimized. This also has not been done or not been optimized in Dominica's situation. It says effective, efficient governance and institutional development. A party that remains in power can institutionalize effective governance practices. This continuity allows for the steady implementation of policies that improve governmental efficiency and accountability. It says again, this continuity allows for the steady implementation of policies that improve governmental efficiency and accountability. That has not been the case in Dominica. Experienced leaders and administrators can strengthen institutions, develop local governance frameworks, and enhance bureaucratic competence. And is is a very good thing that this subtopic or this subpoint came under efficient governance and institutional development. When what has happened in Dominica in the government, in the cabinet of Dominica, is that the prime minister has placed his cabinet members to be involved in sectors and ministries that they have no background in. So then how can they strengthen those institutions and develop local governance framework? How can they enhance bureaucratic competence? This is our issues, and our issues doesn't even stop there. It says social and cultural cohesion. Also, it says political continuity can promote social cohesion by establishing a consistent national narrative for identity. Governance that emphasizes cultural or national unity may foster a shared sense of identity, especially in multicultural societies. So programs that focus on education, healthcare, and welfare may flourish under long-term rule, helping to uplift marginalized community and reduced inequality. And this has not been the case in Dominica because we're not in that category either. Let's look at the negative effects though, because we've gone over quickly the positive effects of a long-term government and party. Let's look at the negative effects of long-term rule by a political party. It says erosion of democratic institutions and accountability. Erosion of democratic institutions and accountability. So over time, a party that remains unchallenged may exert excessive control over state institutions, weakening check and balances. This can lead to a lack of accountability as the ruling party consolidates power across executives, legislative, and the judiciary branches. So we have an erosion of the democratic institution and accountability. It means that the democracy of the country may just be at risk. The party's dominance might limit the role of opposition parties, undermining democratic competition and potentially leading to authoritarianism. So basically, we have seen this actually in action and in effect in Dominica's position and Dominica's situation. So this is actually in effect currently. This has been happening over the past couple of years and terms that he has been serving as prime minister. It says corruption and nepotism. Okay, corruption and nepotism. Extended time in power may create conditions where corruption becomes entrenched. As members of the ruling party become complacent or feel invulnerable, leaders and officials may misuse resources or engage in corrupt practices to maintain their positions. Nepotism can become a serious issue with leaders appointing friends, family, or loyal supporters to key positions. Guys, this is what has been happening over the years. This often reduces the quality of governance as unqualified individuals are placed in influential roles. The next topic we have as a result of negative effect of a long-term rule is public disillusionment and civil unrest. Citizens may grow frustrated with the lack of change, especially if economic opportunities are limited or corruption is widespread. This frustration can lead to social unrest, protest, and calls for political change. When a party has been in power for too long, opposition voices may feel marginalized, creating an atmosphere where citizens lose faith in the political system altogether. The fourth point I have right there is stagnation and lack of innovation. Long term rule can foster a conservative approach to governance, where innovation is discouraged to avoid risk. This often results in stagnation as new ideas are suppressed in favoring of maintaining the status quo. Bureaucratic stagnation can hinder the country's ability to respond to new challenges, such as technological changes, shift in global economics, or climate crisis. Do not just accept anything them people say. Do the work. Rationalize it. Our last point that we have is economic inequality and chronic capitalism. Economic inequality and crony, capitalism. It has close relationships between the government and private sector leaders, can lead to an uneven economic playing field where certain businesses receive preferential treatment. This often results in growing income inequality and limited economic mobility for ordinary citizens. Crony capitalism undermines market competition and innovation as companies affiliated with the ruling party thrive while others struggle. Guys, in conclusion, I have it right there. A political party's extended time in power can bring stability, continuity, and development, yet it also carries risks of authoritarianism, corruption, and public disillusionment. The balance between these positive and negative effects depends largely on the commitment of the ruling party to uphold democratic principles, respond to citizens' needs, and remain adaptable in the changing world. But what we've currently been seeing here in a party that has been in power for more than 5 terms consecutively is that we have leaned more towards the negative effects where our democratic principles have been undermined. We are more moving towards an authoritarianism system. There's large corruption within our government, and there's a public disillusionment. Guys, it's time to demand. It's time to demand leadership from our leaders. It's time to demand accountability from our leaders because you cannot run a country just on talking nonsense. You have to run a country with good policies, policies that put the citizens in benefits. We need a big strategy for the economic revival in Dominica or rehabilitation in Dominica. Guys, this is my 2 cents that I had to say. I'm very passionate about this thing, but I will just end it right there. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that post notification bell so you can be notified every time we post or upload. Focus with Fido is signing off tonight. Thank you.